Hello folks, it's been a while since I did a video and I thought I'd come out and show you some of the progress out by the greenhouse. It's really gone kind of crazy, and it's kind of fun that it's protected from the elements in there, and the tomatoes have gone absolutely wild. And I'm going to take you inside there, but I won't be able to talk then because the fans are going, and I'm using one of the big fans to help kind of wind pollinate the tomatoes in there. And it looks like if we get tomatoes on all these flowers, we're going to have tomatoes coming out our ears. But here are the outside beds. The blueberries are coming along. They're just growing. We didn't expect anything this year, but hopefully that'll be something that'll keep coming along. And all the peppers have lost their minds. These are Anaheims, and you can see them all over the plants. There's just hundreds of them, and because we have used all of our freezer space for the pigs and chickens that we processed, we have to either can, dehydrate, or eat everything out here. So these are poblanos, and they have gone nuts. We've harvested them a couple of times already. And over here, not quite sure how we're going to use all these. These are habaneros starting to come along. We're going to make some salsa, some seasoning or a glaze for pork, and any other number of things that we can figure out that won't burn our lips off. The green peppers have been an amazing story this year. Not only have they gotten to be store-bought size, they also have really thick walls on them too, so they're very good for cooking. We've dehydrated a bunch, we've stuffed them. These are our purple Beauties. Again, they're going nuts, despite having a plague of grasshoppers this year. We've had a real problem with those, but we can't complain about the pepper harvest. So now I'm going to walk inside the greenhouse and kind of show you around in there. Keep in mind, we've had a dog in surgery. I've been in physical therapy for over 2 months trying to loosen up my hip, which comes and goes. And we're trying to get a house ready to put on the market in the city. So some of the normal maintenance and upkeep of pruning the tomatoes and tying them up have been a little bit lax, but holy cow, have they gotten huge. So I'll walk through here and meet you on the other side. Almost all the way to the roof. And after our bacterial problem with our cucumbers, they seem to have shaken some of it off, and they're starting to produce some pretty amazing sized cucumbers again. Here's the one section I got no tying up done, and you gotta kind of shuffle through the aisle. But this is amazing. Stood up, these plants are about 8 feet tall. Got tomatoes all over them, as well as the flowers. Here's a group that's supposed to be my saucing tomatoes. They look like they're doing just fine. Our Cherokee pinks. Or I'm sorry, German pinks. We got Cherokee purples over behind us. Green beans. More green beans. Herbs. More cherry tomatoes that you can shake a stick at. Here's all of our Cherokee purples. Again, they're 8-9 feet tall. And you can see that they've got tomatoes on them. And our last bit here of some red cherry tomatoes that have completely lost their minds. But again, all of these flowers turn to tomatoes. We'll be canning lots of sauce and lots of salsa. So I don't know if you could hear all of that, but we'll come out the back door, work over here. The next project is to get some trellises to tie up our blackberries. They're starting to get some flowers. We had a real big storm come through here the other night, and it kind of blew a couple of the canes down, but they seem to be awful resilient. And if they keep growing like this, I have high hopes for berries next year. And our tomatillos seem to be a haven for grasshoppers, but they don't seem to be eating them. I think they're using them for cover. And the number of tomatillos on them is pretty significant. So we'll be making an awful lot of tortilla soup and green sauce with the tomatoes and the tomatillos, and we'll just keep on plugging. So despite the plague of locusts, which have been formidable, it looks like we're still getting a harvest. The big garden has gotten hit pretty hard by them. I don't expect our hard bean crop to do very well this year, but we've got carrots and onions and beets and melons and squash, lots of squash. And hopefully the potato harvest does well, as those got hit pretty hard too by the grasshoppers. So live and learn, and I'm looking at some ways of trying to keep them down for next season. So you live and learn. Everything is always different. It's always 1 year at a time, and everything throws a curveball at you that you didn't expect, which of course makes it all an adventure. All right, thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.